Oops, I did it again. And that was not a pun intended. Not the phrasing, or the timing, or the tone either. Boy, I sure am a child of the late 90s. So the point is that I just did a whole mental health awareness thing as myself, but I introduced myself as Shaggy Filalitea. So maybe it'll drive people this direction. Maybe I'll drive those 82 of you who tune in that direction. Who knows? This is though what I was talking about is those kinds of mistakes are what happen when I'm in the depressive state of my manic depressive or bipolar type 2. My thinking isn't as clear. I get obsessive. I was focusing on saying a very specific set of things, and I didn't pay attention to the details of where and how I was posting them, because that sort of executive function, difficult. And I talked about it, that I had 18 minutes to get where I needed to be, and it was going to take me 20 minutes to leave the tent, and here it is 17 minutes later, and I don't have my coat on or my shoes on, and it's like, yeah, executive function is difficult. It's difficult to manage when you also have brain function that's entirely outside your control. The only way that I can control my bipolar type 2 is to force myself into a manic state at all time, and to keep myself at a low level synthetic happy state, which is the pursuit of happiness. And so when I read William James talking about the psychopathology of people who do that and what it does to their bodies, and then I'm hearing my dad talk about my cousins dropping dead like flies, yeah, I stopped. My body's going to do what my body does. I'm going to put myself in the best set and setting possible to keep myself as even keel as possible, to keep myself as up naturally as possible, but let myself slide down naturally as well. See, what people do is other people who recognize what depression looks like, when they see you get depressed, they think that they have to affect either sympathy depression, because they think depression is an attention-seeking behavior. And so if you read the journals, you can see that I still haven't done the attention-seeking behavior research necessary to talk about it at length like this. But I have written about attention-seeking behaviors, and I have observed many attention-seeking behaviors. And mental health as a category seems to be a Munchausen syndrome by proxy type thing, where it's everybody involved has to use someone's mental disorder, mental health issue as an attention-seeking behavior. And so we don't take one another seriously when we actually are having a crisis. I'm not in crisis, but I didn't make as much money as I wanted last week, and that just affects my sleep.